Well, the first thing I'd like to show you folks for this October Mosey is this, which is an illustration of just how dry it's been since mid-July. I'm pretty sure the driest I've ever seen in my almost 25 years now. We've had just a couple of inches of rain in the last almost 3 months now, but it never came in even a half an inch at a time. It's been 1/10 of an inch, 2/10 of an inch, just enough to settle the dust. But things are just kind of falling down now. These are ostrich ferns that are just decided that rather than waiting till frost to die back, they're going to do it now. There just isn't any moisture in the ground. I've been digging some holes at home to put some fence posts in, and there's just no moisture in the ground at all. And there's nothing in the forecast for the next week or so. So it's just going to get worse and worse, and the fire danger is very bad now in Door County. So there's that concern too. But this just shows you how dry it's been with these ostrich ferns. Our Thursday morning volunteer crew has been busy the last couple of weeks as one of their projects, putting a gravel base along the schoolhouse paths. This is the one from near the parking lot that joins up with the main schoolhouse path. But they're covering it with gravel in most places to cover up trip edges, roots and rocks. And once that's all done, they're gonna wait till spring. This will pack down in the meantime, and we're gonna get a big load of sawdust to put sawdust mulch on top of the gravel on both of the schoolhouse paths. So an example of what our very valuable Thursday morning volunteer crew has been doing. This is the time of year when arborvitae, also called white cedar, and all of the true pines like white pine, red pine are two native pines in Door County, plus the non-native invasive one, Scots pine. But true pines and arborvitae, or white cedar, color and drop some of their old needles. It's called seasonal needle drop. People sometimes panic in their yards and gardens when they think that they must have a disease or something, but it's just a natural thing. Other conifers like firs and spruce and hemlock, junipers, yews, they drop their old needles too, but not all at once. They do it sporadically over the course of the whole year. But on arborvitae and on the true pines, like white pine and red pine, it happens kind of all at once this time of year. Again, it's called seasonal needle drop. Not a problem, it's natural, and I just have always considered it just part of fall color. And speaking of fall color, here along the schoolhouse road, up there is some fall color on sugar maple. The jury's still out up here regarding how good the fall color will be this year. Some drought stress leads to really good fall color, but this has been so extreme and many leaves have already dried up and fallen. But I've seen spots of what looks to be pretty good fall color here and there on sugar maple, on roundleaf dogwood, Virginia creeper. So we might get lucky and get some pretty good color on the leaves that are left. But there's one example against that nice blue sky of pretty nice fall color on sugar maple. The town of Liberty Grove is doing a road improvement project on Europe Bay Road. They're widening the road a little bit in the shoulder. And there are lots of dwarf lake iris growing right along that stretch, including right in the gravel shoulder. So they had somebody mark all the dwarf lake iris, which is a nationally threatened species and a kind of an iconic Door County plant. Somebody flagged them all last year, And then the town of Liberty Grove went through the process of applying for what they call an incidental take. And they got the permit from the DNR. And then last Thursday morning, along with some members of our volunteer crew, and then some people from the Ridges came with the crew too. And we dug up all of the dwarf lake iris that were in the shoulder that were going to be for sure killed. And we're going to plant them in different places at the clearing where we can get water to them pretty easily. We're going to start planting tomorrow morning. So we just took these big clumps of dwarf lake iris, laid them in the shade here outside the lodge on burlap bags, and mulched them in a little bit, and we're keeping them watered. And we're going to start planting them tomorrow. So we're the lucky recipient of a lot of dwarf lake iris that would have been just destroyed otherwise. So that starts happening tomorrow.